Welcome to the live stream. Let me get everything set up. Hold on. Bear with me. We're going to go live here in 1 minute. I hope you guys are all having a great evening. I know there's football on right now, so we're going to keep this short and brief. And appreciate the like on YouTube. It does help support the channel. I'm going to do a quick sound test, and then we are going to get started. Bitcoin taking a little bit of a dip today. I still see a bounce coming. We're going to get into all of that right now. So let me get the music playing, and then we can get this party started. This is just going to be a quick update right now on what's going on in the markets. Hold on. Let me get this all playing. That's not what I want. That ain't going to work. Where's the... Okay, so with that being said, let's get over and look at Bookmap. Right now, Bookmap, actually, before I do Bookmap, we should go look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Right now, the Crypto Fear and Greed Index is currently coming in at 48. We are in neutral on the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, so nothing to really gawk at there. Now, if we go over to Bookmap and look at where all the liquidity is at, you can see on the left, you still have a lot at 125 on the weekly time frame. You have some down here at 105. If you go over to the right side, which is the daily time frame, you can see locally we still, from yesterday afternoon, we still have a lot of liquidity up at 113. So even though we got a small dip to the downside, I still would be surprised if we don't see 113,000 by the time we go live on Saturday. I said that yesterday. I was wrong. We'll see what happens. And then if we do take a dump, we have a lot more liquidity down at 107 than we do at 113. But we're close to 113, so I still see us going to 113. But again, I would say if you lose 110, again, you're going to 107. If you stay above 110, I see 113 coming. It's really that simple on Bookmap. So we'll see what happens. I appreciate if you guys hit the likes. It does help support the channel. Remember, I'll be back live here on Saturday night. But let's look and take a look at what's going on with Bitcoin in the charts. So Bookmap says we go to 113 unless you lose 110. We should be okay with that. This seems a little loud. I'm going to turn that down just a hair. And let's go over right now. So Bitcoin getting a nice bounce. Last time I went live, we were right around here. Let me zoom in a little bit. We were right around here, and then we went up a little bit more, and then we dumped. But I still said I don't see us taking out these lows, and we still have not done that. Now, the 1 hour time frame did make a lower high. The 2 hour time frame is getting extended pretty quickly, but I still like what I'm seeing on the 3 hour and on the 4 hour time frame. The 4 hour time frame screams that this is a falling wedge, and we can still get a move to 114.7. And that would get us past the liquidity that's at 113. So I see Bookmap pulling us to 113, and I see the charts telling us we could possibly get and move as high as close to 115. So I see a falling wedge on Bitcoin on the 4 hour time frame. We did kind of take a dip out of this rising wedge, but I think we're gonna kind of make a higher low here and continue out of here. And it looks pretty bullish to me. And actually, guys, holy crap, I see something very bullish on the charts. We had a head and shoulders pattern right here. What would be the opposite of that would be this head and shoulders rising wedge here could make us a left shoulder. Here's your head right there. Actually, let me redraw that. I think it's going to be more like this. But I think this is going to become an inverted head and shoulders pattern on Bitcoin. And I see us getting a move out of here. And that would be pretty bullish for me and for the price of Bitcoin. We'll see what happens. This would give us a measure move. You would put it at the top of the neckline. That would give us Bitcoin a measure move of 119 out of this inverted head and shoulders that I see right now. So I know I have a lot going on in my charts. But I see Bitcoin getting a bounce here to a possibly at least 115 short term, and then in the next 7 to 14 days, move out of this inverted head and shoulders to a possibly 119. So that's what I'm targeting. I'm going to try to clean this chart up a little bit, but I do see Bitcoin getting a bounce to the upside here. And these are the targets. My second target's 118.9. My first target would be about right here at 114.759. So we'll see what happens, but I do see more upside for Bitcoin. And I'm going to stick with what I said the other day, is that I see more upside. First target's 114.9. Second target would be about 118.9, 119. So that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. If we hold above 110, I see these targets happening to the upside. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know. But for right now, that's what I see going on for Bitcoin. 4-hour time frame looks beautiful for a continuation bounce to the upside. So that's kind of my update on Bitcoin in a nutshell. I see an inverted head and shoulders on the 4-hour time frame. I see the stock RSI making a higher low, and I see us rallying up to the 200-day moving average on the 4-hour time frame, which is coming in at 114.3 on Bitcoin. So again, I would not be surprised at all if we get about a $3,000 move to the upside sometime in the next few days. It just seems like the most likely scenario. You could take a long here, not financial advice, but you could take a long here with a stop below right here at 1092. So honestly, if Bitcoin holds 1092, I see a long playing out, and a take profit could be really 114.8. That's just one idea. And we'll go from there. So I am in my long on Solana. That's the only trade I'm in right now. We'll see what happens, but that's just kind of what we got going on. Appreciate if you guys hit the likes. It does help support the channel. Spencer, how's it going? Yeah, so I see Bitcoin getting a bounce here, and I will leave it at that. Anchor, someone asked me to look at Anchor. It looks atrocious. So I might do a video on Anchor tomorrow, but right now it looks like a bear flag taking you down to about 0.8 of a penny, or 0.008. That's 8 hundredths of a penny. It looks horrible. So I'm not going to spend any time on that. Solana right now on the 12-hour time frame. I still see Solana in a bullish consolidation pattern here on the 12-hour time frame. This is actually Solana compared to Bitcoin. So this suggests that Bitcoin, or that Solana is going to outperform Bitcoin. Just like you have ETH Bitcoin, this is Solana Bitcoin. And it suggests that Solana is going to crush Bitcoin in the next few weeks. So I'm long on Solana. This is not the chart I use to enter my long, but it pairs up nicely with this chart, which is the Solana chart. I see Solana in a nice rising wedge here, about to break out parabolically. I also see the 12-hour time frame on Solana looking nicely. The 4-hour time frame on Solana looks fantastic. That's a falling wedge on the 4-hour time frame. You could say that there's even a mini falling wedge right here on Solana. So to me, I'm sticking to my long. I was up $80 in the trade. Now I'm probably down 30. And now we're maybe back to break even. I'm staying long. If I win this trade, I make about $1,100. So I see this mini falling wedge here on Solana on the 4-hour time frame, getting Solana back to 218, basically back to the highs that we've had recently. And then I see this larger falling wedge here on Solana, still in the 4-hour time frame, with the possible measure move of 229. So my first target to the upside on Solana would be 217. My next target would be about 229. But if you look at the 12-hour time frame, I'm still targeting almost $300. So I still think it's going to take time, but I think we see about $297 to $300 sometime in the next 1 to 2 months on Solana. We'll see what happens. This is definitely a swing trade for weeks and weeks and weeks on end, if that's how long it takes. But I see Solana getting a nice rally in the coming weeks compared to what Bitcoin does. So, yeah, that's my update. I'm glad you're here too, Spencer. Appreciate if you guys hit the likes. It does help support the channel. Bitcoin beginning at night. Let's go to the smaller time frames for Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now, getting a nice bounce. It held the 5-minute 200-day moving average beautifully. 7-minute, it held it. Not as good as a 5, but you did stay above it overall. And I see more upside coming for Bitcoin. Let me look at the 15-minute time frame. 15-minute time frame has more upside. 30-minute, not so much. It's still in a downtrend. But I love where I see the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin. So I just stick to that. I wouldn't be trading the smaller time frames tonight. But I see more upside for Bitcoin. The 1 minute's above the 200. You can always get a nice rally whenever that happens. This was a falling wedge. I missed the entry. I'm not going to scalp this. But the last time the 1 minute was over, so was down there. Let's see if this plays out. I could see Bitcoin right now in the 1 minute getting a move to 111.6. That's a $600 move for Bitcoin. We'll see if that happens. But that's kind of I see Bitcoin could rally easily to 111.6 on the 1 minute time frame. That's a falling wedge. The last time we were oversold was down here. So that's how you get the measured move from the last local high when you get overbought to the last local low. That takes you to almost 111.6, 111.550 to be conservative. So I would do a take profit at 111.5 if you take this trade. But I see Bitcoin probably getting a nice move here in time. Maybe it goes choppy sideways like this, comes down a little bit. But in time, it's probably going to get up to 111.550. That's the measure move on Bitcoin short term. And that'd be the start of the larger move, getting us to 113 and then higher, like the targets I said earlier. So I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I'm more bullish on Bitcoin tonight than I was yesterday, but I see Bitcoin continuing to the upside right now and right here. So that's kind of what I see going on for the charts for tonight. And let me see if there's any requests. I don't see any requests right now. So tomorrow I'm going to do YouTube videos on Anchor and on Solana tomorrow afternoon. It'll probably be late afternoon, early evening. But within 20 hours, I'm going to be posting some videos on YouTube. So make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. Hit the bell notification so you get notified every time I post a video. I'll be posting several videos on YouTube, probably Anchor, Bitcoin Update, and Solana. Those are probably the ones I'll do. So let me just write those down because I think that's a good set of plan. Yeah, and then I'll be back live Saturday, probably around 6 p.m. Central Time on Saturday because I do have other commitments Saturday night. But I'll be back live Saturday around 6 p.m. Central Time. So yeah, that's going to kind of wrap it up. I see Bitcoin continuing up higher here. Let me get rid of this right now. So I see Bitcoin getting that continuation to the upside. Bullish engulfing candle to 1 minute. I'd be pretty surprised here if Bitcoin does not get a move to 111,550 before you take out this 1 minute 200 at 110,870. So, I'm not trading this, but I see this as a very likely to win situation. So we'll see. I'm not perfect, but it looks bullish to me right now out of this falling wedge on the 1 minute. That could take you up higher. So we'll see what happens. Thank you guys for the likes. It does help support the channel. I appreciate it. So yeah, that's kind of my update. That's my market update as I see more upside for the market. Hopium, this is just for fun. I'm still watching this. I still have not entered a trade on this. The market cap's only $25,000. Oh, $24,000, $25,000. And I'm not entering a trade. This is my degenerate watch. I am, I'm watching it, but I'm not in a trade on it because it looks pretty bad. There's almost no volume, but if it does start to get some love, I'm watching it like a hawk because it could be a fun coin to trade if it does start to do well. It is holding the 30-minute 200 at 20,000, but the 15 did lose the 200. So also, we'll see what happens. It's unlikely that anything happens out of this, but I am long on it currently. Or I'm looking for an entry. Yeah, so that's gonna kind of wrap up my stream tonight. I don't see anything crazy happening besides Bitcoin getting a continuation bounce to the upside. And that's kind of where I stand with Bitcoin. So yeah, one less chance for a request. Otherwise, I'll see you guys Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Time for our next live stream. Yeah. I stream every single Monday and Saturday. The times usually vary because my schedule's crazy. And that's only going to increase with it being fall with my work and everything. But I still will be live Mondays and Saturdays, and if I miss a Monday or Saturday, I'll make sure I make it up. We're going live twice a week no matter what. There's no excuses with that. It just depends on, the time. So if you guys would like to always know the time whenever I switch things up, make sure you are following me on Telegram. That's where I update you guys with messages, depending on that, because whenever I go live, it changes. So if you guys are on my Telegram, you get notified whenever I go live, and that's free to join. Link to join in the description below. I'm long on Solana right now. I'm not trading anything else right now. If you guys have requests, all I ask you guys to do is hit the likes because I'm not doing them for free. So yeah, that's kind of all I got. With that being said, I'm gonna wrap it up. I've been in the Solana trade for a while now. If you guys missed what I'm talking about on Solana, rewind the YouTube live stream and you can rewatch it. Yeah. So, with that being said, thank you for the likes. And with that being said, that's going to kind of wrap it up. So, we can look at what is Chilloween. What is Chilloween? I have no idea what that is. Is that on Solana? I can see, let's look. CHILL. OWE. Is this it? It's not loading. Well, I don't know why it's not loading. So, interesting. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. The chart for Chilloween is not loading, so I don't know. It's probably a meme coin that's not going to last either way, so it doesn't really matter to me. But um, I think it's odd that it won't load. We'll try this. Yeah, I don't know. It won't load for me at all, so I don't know what's going on with it. I'll see you guys in the next one. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Again, for right now, I plan on being live Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Time. I hope you guys have a great night. Enjoy the football tonight for Thursday Night Football. I know there's football tomorrow night as well. I'll see you guys back here Saturday night, 6 p.m. Central Time, TikTok and YouTube. Until then, have a great night. Trade safe. Always use a stop loss. The trend is your friend until the end. Right now, I see the trend flipping on Bitcoin. The 1 minute looks bullish to me. I see Bitcoin short term on the 1 minute time frame getting moved to 111,550. That's my call. Super short term. On the higher time frames, I have a call for Bitcoin. Let me zoom out to the 4 hour time frame. On the higher time frames, I have a target of 114.8. For Bitcoin out of this falling wedge on the 4 hour time frame. And then on the higher time frames, I see Bitcoin going to 119 out of this inverted head and shoulder. So I'm bullish on Bitcoin, super short term on the 1 minute. I'm bullish on Bitcoin, medium term, for the next few days. And then I'm bullish on Bitcoin for the rest of this month, seeing a move to 119 short, very latest by the end of the month. So that's my update. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your night. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers and good night. I do go live to trade sometimes. Yes, I do, Spencer. Once in a while, I do. Not very often. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's see if Chilloween loaded yet. No? Okay, I don't know why.